Welcome back to Red Flag Radio, where the tea is always hot, the drama's dangerously close to the altar, and if someone says I do, we're probably about to say you shouldn't have. Today's episode is about betrayal, identity, and one very awkward kiss. Let's get into it. I'm a 28-year-old guy, and yes, I'm an identical twin. My brother Ryan and we've always been a package deal. Growing up, we were inseparable. We played the same sports, dated the same types, even pulled off a few of those twin swap pranks that made teachers and girlfriends equally furious. We always said we'd never let a girl come between us. But then came Jess. She walked into our lives like she owned the air in the room. Confident, funny, the kind of smile that makes you forget your own name. She met Ryan first. They hit it off at some networking event, and I remember thinking, damn, he found someone real. At first, I kept my distance. I didn't want to be the twin who made things weird. But Jess, she didn't make it easy. She'd hug me a second too long, laugh a little harder at my jokes than Ryan's. There were moments where I felt it, electricity, unspoken tension, and then came the kiss. It was after a family dinner. I was helping Mom load leftovers into the car. Jess came up behind me, fast, spun me around and kissed me, full on, no hesitation. And then she froze. I looked at her, stunned. She pulled back and whispered, "Oh my God, you're not Ryan." She didn't laugh. She didn't apologize. She just walked away. I stood there like a ghost. I told myself it was just a mistake. It had to be. But that night, something changed. Ryan never mentioned anything, so I didn't say a word. For 8 months, I buried it. I watched them plan a wedding. I stood by as she picked dresses, colors, venues. And I convinced myself I was crazy, until the rehearsal dinner. Jess was talking to her bridesmaids. I was walking by to grab my coat when I heard her say it. I still can't always tell them apart. One time I accidentally kissed the wrong one. Don't tell Ryan. I stopped cold. She remembered. She knew. And she never said a thing. That kiss wasn't a mistake. It was a test. A test I didn't sign up for. I couldn't sleep the night before the wedding. I kept seeing Ryan's face. How happy he looked. How sure he was. And I kept hearing Jess's voice, laughing off the kiss like it was nothing. But it wasn't nothing. Not to me. I paced. I played out every version of the day in my head. Keep quiet? Be the good twin? Or blow up the whole ceremony? By morning, I still didn't know what I was going to do. But then, the priest asked that question. If anyone here knows of any reason why these two should not be joined in holy matrimony, speak now. And my mouth moved on its own. I stood up. My hands were shaking. She kissed me 8 months ago, and she just admitted last night she can't tell us apart. The silence was brutal. I saw Jess's face crumble. Ryan looked like someone just told him the sky wasn't blue. My mother gasped. My uncle dropped his phone. And somewhere in the back, a kid whispered, "What's happening, Mommy?" Yeah, I ruined the wedding. People started shouting. Jess ran off. Ryan didn't say a word. He just walked past me like I didn't exist. But later, when the dust settled, Jess pulled me aside. Her mascara was a mess. Her voice was low. "I've always known the difference. I just wished it was you I met first." Then she turned and walked away. She left the state the next week. Ryan still hasn't spoken to me. Reflection, final thoughts. Now I'm the villain of the family. I broke the twin code. I ruined a wedding. But every night I still ask myself, was I wrong? Would staying silent have been better? Did I destroy something real or stop something fake? You tell me, was I the a-hole, or was I just the only one finally telling the truth? Drop your verdict in the comments. Would you have spoken up at the altar or kept the peace and let the kiss stay buried? This has been Red Flag Radio, where the only thing we ghost faster than bad relationships is family secrets. See you next scandal.